What's up everyone, it's Trainer Dell. In this video I have for you my Evil Eye deck profile. Kickstarting off a few weeks of me just kind of showing off some decks and everything, deck profiles, since I used to do that a lot, but I cut down on it because there wasn't a lot of updating. But I decided, you know what, it's the end of the year, why not just, show off some more deck profiles and stuff. So starting off with the Evil Eye because when this got announced, it made me think of my favorite anime/manga character, or like one of them, Bon Nidao, and how he has the ability, the Evil Eye. So it just kind of worked. So just quickly go through this, talk about the cards, and yeah, maybe if this is your first time seeing this deck, help out a little bit in explaining. So we got 3 Surreal, Watcher of the Evil Eye. When the card is normal summon, then you can add an Evil Eye card from your deck to your hand, except himself. And when he's equipped with Evil Eye Celine, he gets the quick effect that he can pop a special summon monster on the field, or at least that your opponent controls. You can only do it once per turn, but you can do it on your opponent's turn, which is cool. And once per turn during your next standby phase, after you use the effect, you have to destroy a card on your field, which used to be kind of sad, but we got cards now that kind of help with that strategy. We got Basilitrice, Familiar of the Evil Eye. Cool new card. Wish it came in foil. But yeah, hopefully in the next Mega Tin or something. But if you control an Evil Eye monster and this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon it, which is a quick effect. And then also during your opponent's turn, another quick effect, you can immediately after it resolves, link summon 1 Evil Eye Link monster using monsters you control as material. And then if you do that, you can also use an Evil Eye equip spell as one of the link materials. So really good card. Sometimes I want to bump it up to 3, but two's totally fine. I got Basilius, Familiar of the Evil Eye, 2 of these. This is another one that it can just special summon itself if you control a Evil Eye monster, but this has to be in hand. And once per turn, you can, during your main phase, send an Evil Eye spell or trap card from your deck to the graveyard. So sometimes it helps to just throw away some stuff that you might need there. We got Catoblepas, Familiar of the Evil Eye. This one can be, you can target one of your Evil Eye spell or trap cards that you control, and then until the end phase of your next turn, there's just a white mark in there, your opponent can't destroy it with card effects. And if you control an Evil Eye monster other than itself, when this is in the graveyard, you can special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. So kind of like a little small extender. I don't really run this one in Master Duel anymore, but I kind of still play this in real life. Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye. I just think it's cool. When this card is normal summon, you can target an Evil Eye card in your graveyard, accept herself, and just add it to the hand. So I do have some one-ofs, so it just helps out with that. And when this is equipped with Evil Eye Celine, during either player's turn, because it's a quick effect, you can target a card or target a monster in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. Then during your next standby phase, you use that effect, you have to banish a card. I believe it's a card, right? Anything? Yeah, banish one card in your graveyard. And then lastly for the monsters, just, 3 Ash Blossoms. So in Master Duel, I think I don't play her. I took out one of these, and then I have some cards I don't play in Master Duel because I have like Maxis and Lightning Storms and stuff. But I feel like this is totally fine here, or IRL and stuff. Another card I wish was very foily, so hopefully in the next mega pack. The Evil Eyes Unleashed, and oh my goodness, this does so much. Look at all that text. But what you really gotta know is that it sends an Evil Eye spell, or an Evil Eye monster and an Evil Eye spell / trap card from your deck to the graveyard. And that's cost so that you can add 1 Evil Eye equip spell from your deck to your hand. And there's a whole mass of, like, when you activate non-Evil Eye cards, you lose 500 life points, and that's totally fine. But if you link summon an Evil Eye monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. You can equip 1 Evil Eye equip spell card from your graveyard to an Evil Eye you control. So yeah, really, really, really good to recycle stuff. So like usually this is like the new thing that you search out for. And then I play still 2 of the Selene, which whenever you activate an Evil Eye spell or trap card, or the monster that this is equipped to affect, which it can only be equipped to an Evil Eye monster, then you lose 500 life points, but that monster gains 500 attack points. And then it has a secondary effect that if this card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points, banish another Evil Eye spell or trap card from your graveyard, and set this card. So I usually search for that with Evil Eye's Unleashed, and then I dump Evil Eye's Gorgonio, which again can only be equipped to an Evil Eye monster. You can activate 1 Evil Eye per turn, or this card, and I think same with no. But yeah, when your life points are lower than your opponent's, then the equipped monster gains that attack. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it, discard an Evil Eye card, and add any Evil Eye spell trap card from your deck to your hand except itself. Both effects can only be activated once per turn. I think this one only be bringing back card, only when you bring it back from the graveyard is once per turn. We got 3 Evil Eye Domain. Just it searches for an Evil Eye monster from your deck when you play it, and then once per turn during damage cal, you can have your opponent like take the same damage when Evil Eye monster is declared in battle. And then if this card in the field zone is destroyed by a card effect or by your opponent's card effect, I believe this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can target 1 Evil Eye monster added to your hand. I need to I wonder if the wording's a little different, because I don't think it works when you do it, at least from what I remember in Master Duel. Yeah, if this card in your field is destroyed by card effect. I need to reread that and see if they changed it or something, or if it's written down or whatever. Evil Eye Awakening, special summon an Evil Eye monster from your hand or graveyard. If you have Evil Eye Selene on the field, then you can special summon 1 Evil Eye monster from your deck instead. And Evil Eye Confrontation, this destroys a spell or trap card as long as you control an Evil Eye, but yeah, spell trap card your opponent controls. But if you have Evil Eye Selene on the field, it banishes it after it destroys. So you gotta be careful with some stuff that shouldn't be destroyed, but overall, it's totally fine. If Unleash and Basel Trees come out foil, then I'll probably have to get this foil as well. But Pot of Extravagance, at the start of your main phase, banish banish 3 or 6 cards randomly from your extra deck, and draw 1 for, if you do 3, draw 1 for every 3 cards banished. You can only activate one of those once per turn. I think you can't draw any more cards, but this deck doesn't really have any draw, it's all searching. Especially with Pot of Duality, where you reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 into your hand, the rest shuffle back, and then you can't special summon for the rest of the turn, which is totally fine, because if you're setting up the Wombo combo is like Surzeal, you normal summon it, hopefully, like you try to get to him or Pareidolia to get to Surzeal, hopefully dump Basel Trees, and then stuff, Evil Eyes Unleashed, you do all that stuff. It's kind of crazy. Watch some of my duel videos if you'll see the combos. We got a Book of Moon. This is a really funny card because from what I believe, special summon monsters are still considered special even when they're flipped face down. So some cards that can't be destroyed, that when they're special summoned, when you just flip them face down, they can be destroyed by Surzeal's effect. So just a funny card, nice Book of Moon. Called by the grave, stop some hand traps and whatnot. And sometimes just banish a monster that they're trying to revive or whatever. We got Terraforming just to search for Pareidolia, so it's kind of a 4th copy in a sense. For the traps, we got the 1 Evil Eye Retribution, which negates a spell or trap card if you control an Evil Eye monster, but if you have Selene, then this card cannot be negated. Evil Eye's Defeat. If you control an Evil Eye monster, you can target a monster on the field, or up to 2 if you have Selene on the field, and just return them to hand. These are so good. I used to run 2 of these, and then at a certain point I ran 2 of these ones, but I kind of changed some stuff up. So I'm playing Ice Dragon's Prison to just do some shenanigans. But yeah, you get to target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it. Its effects are negated, and then you can banish 1 monster from both sides of the field with the same type as each other. So, you know, a lot of decks have the same types and whatnot. So it's just to like ruin some plans. And obviously 3 infinite permanents. We don't run a lot of monsters, and in terms of negating, there's not too much. So there's just Ash and, you know, sometimes Book of Moon, but you know, imperm works as well. Not too much to go over that, just kind of like negates a monster effect, but you can activate it on if you have no cards in field or whatever like that from your hand on your opponent's turn. So that's pretty cool. For the extra deck, we got 3 of the Zerziel, Ruler of the Evil-Eyed. You just use 2 Evil-Eyed monsters, and if it's link summon using a monster with 2600 or more attack, it can make a second attack phase. And when this has Evil-Eyed Selene, quick effect, you can target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. Only do that once per turn. And during your next standby phase, when you use that effect, then you negate 1 effect monster that this currently points to. So most of the time that secondary one doesn't really matter, but yeah, you can get like so much interruptions in this deck. It's fun. Gorgon, Empress of the Evil-Eyed. Sometimes I don't even play this, but because of Basel trees and stuff, she sometimes gets the job done as well. And her quick effect negation ability is pretty cool. So you just use 2 monsters, including an Evil-Eye monster. Gains 100 attack for each Evil-Eye card with a different name in your graveyard. And when it has Selene, yeah, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effect. And during the next standby phase after you use this effect, it destroys a card this points to, or yeah, a monster it points to, which is also really cool. Sometimes it does come in handy, but most of the time Zerziel, just quick effect pop is the way to go. And these ones are kind of just thrown around because I need a 15 card extra deck. We got IP Masquerena, Dark, Barricade Blocker, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, and Unchained Abomination. I don't ever really go for these. They're just extra. Hopefully they're the ones that get banished. And some new cards that I was like, whoa, they're pretty cool. You know, in Master Duel, found these out, which is the DDD Stone King Darius. I probably need to get another one of these and probably take out the Barricade Borg Blocker. And that's because I'm running 2 of the Divisor King Deus Machinax, which you can just kind of exceed over that. Yeah, Exceed Summon using a DDD monster you control, and then you can only control 1 of these, but when once per chain, when a monster card your opponent activates their effect, quick effect, you can either attach 2 materials or destroy a Dark Contract to attach that monster to this as a link material, or not link, as a what is it? I forgot what it's called. Just as a material, Xyz material. So it's just another, I wouldn't call them negates. This deck is just a lot of interruptions and just kind of annoying, but in a fun way, because there's a lot, in a sense, it's just like a lot of interaction. And that's something that I still really enjoy in Yu-Gi-Oh! Except when like you negate, or you like stop 2 things and then just go and just stop playing. But yeah, I like that kind of gameplay. It's like a control deck mixed with like an aggro deck that can OTK. Like it's just pretty cool, and I like the playstyle of the Evil-Eye. So yeah, that's my deck profile and like a slow way to just kind of explain some of the cards. Don't forget to watch some of my Master Duel gameplay with this deck, and you'll kind of see the rhyme and the rhythm of it all. All right, well, thanks for watching. Peace.